changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined. Cause I feel I got the blessing, persistence and obsession. That's how you keep progressing, I already learned that lesson, yeah. I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. You can't stop what's moving. You can't stop what's moving. I'm changing my life, and I won't look back ever again. No fear, see clear, you deserve to be great. I know it feels.
What's up, cool people? My name's Matt, aka That Random Christian Gamer. Welcome to today's live stream and to a new year. It's 2026, everybody. So, with that, I have an announcement at one point. I don't know if I should do that now or maybe later, but yeah, I have an announcement about streams. At least that's the main thing it affects. Yeah, Saribot is just saying I need to reauthorize it. I can do that after the stream's done, I think. Yeah, I'll probably also record the announcement and then make it a video for everyone to see later on. Anywho. So, the plan for today, with it being a Bible study stream, of course, we are going to do our typical couple chapters of Bible study. We're starting the book of Nehemiah today. Just kind of interesting timing that, you know, the new year started and we're starting a new book of the Bible. But it's probably going to, in some ways, sound kind of similar to what we had in Ezra just before. I did also, kind of random note, decide to change the light situation a little bit to try and make myself look a bit less pale. Not saying I'm not a bit pale, but I think sometimes the lighting makes it look worse than it really is. Okay. And then after the Bible study, we'll hang out, chill, chat. I'll be playing some games, leaning towards some more Hades, because I really have not gotten to play much of that. Might mix in some Gems of War just because it's the first Friday of the month tomorrow, but we'll see. Alright, I have some exercise to randomize. Let me get my stuff. Should have planned for that. Yeah. Well, there's one thing I have not necessarily changed this year is being better about getting my stuff for dice rolls. Okay. And once again, having a look-see at the stream exercises, just so we know. Well, tomorrow only has like one extra hour typically. I don't want to push the length of the Friday streams too much, because then I bump up against, you know, going to the card shop and playing Magic and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so, our first exercise roll of the year, and we've got a 6. Yay, burpees. Let's see how many we're going to do, or at least, okay, so sets of 3, I guess, or it might just be 3 total, I don't know. So, what are you talking about with 4 hours? Geez, yeah. I definitely won't be doing 15 burpees, but, I'll go until I feel like I'm as close to that as I can get. Okay, second exercise. Number 4, which is jumping jacks. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, if we're accounting for all the Hades that I've played in total, there was an hour before even that. But anyway, okay, jumping jacks, sets of 4. I could do plenty of jumping jacks, so how many? Okay, minimum 12. Because it was sets of 4, at least 3 sets. Anywho, okay, that's all out of the way. That's the thing. I don't necessarily do makeup hours of things just because I didn't do an hour that I would have normally done before. But, oh, then 2 hours. Okay, so I think I get what you're saying now. Between the 3 total hours, we'd have, you know, maybe 2 for Gems of War, and then 1 doing Hades to make up for the hour that I didn't do last week. And that's why we're doing Hades at all. Okay. Yeah. Gotta pin the exercise message for later use. And ads have begun on the Twitch. With a randomizer for Hades, yeah. I definitely have not been, I have not done randomizing things in Hades as of yet, so could be interesting. Okay. Now, I know at least some books of the Bible have like an intro thing that you can show, but this one doesn't seem to, like, yeah, I don't know. Unless it's because the, like, translation I'm looking at here. Anyway. Okay. So, I believe we are about ready to go for Bible study. Pinned the wrong thing. Oh. Yeah, I probably wound up pinning the wrong thing because comments were moving due to more comments being added to the mix. Anyway, okay. Now I've pinned the right one. Alrighty. Thanks for pointing that out, though. Well, Bible study time, I guess. So, let's get this thing rolling here, I guess. But yeah, it was also funny because I pinned the comment mentioning the thing to pin. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to get started with the Bible study now. Alright, so we have made it to the book of Nehemiah. We're only at the first chapter now. So, as I recall, Ezra and Nehemiah in the original writings are like one book / scroll thing. So, that being said, they have a connection. They're both kind of about the exiles from Israel, but Judah more specifically, going back to Jerusalem and like kind of reestablishing the city and their livelihoods there. Ezra focused mostly on the temple. Nehemiah is probably going to, if I remember right, focus on like the city itself and especially the walls being rebuilt. So, lest I get too much more ahead of myself, just as a general reminder, this of course is, after God sort of had his chosen people. Well, I don't know why I'm like doing that for chosen. So, I mean, like, there was his thing with Abraham, and then some generations after that, we got to Isaac, who he kind of renamed Israel after this wrestling match thing, and made promises to Abraham. And actually, I guess that was Jacob, not Isaac. Jacob got renamed Israel with the whole wrestling thing. Anyway, so, but God's chosen people, Israel, after a while, became slaves in Egypt, then were freed from that, eventually moved to, like, modern-day Israel geographic area, kind of. They settled there. Eventually, things got tense, and they split some of the tribes into two different kingdoms. Both of those eventually got conquered. And this all takes place after that stuff, and then kind of gets into them resettling back in that area that they lived before being conquered. So, anyway, okay. That's about as much context as I can give you. So, let's hop into this now. Nehemiah, chapter 1. These are the memoirs of Nehemiah, son of Hakaliah. In late autumn, in the month of Kislev, in the 20th year of King Artaxerxes' reign, I was at the fortress of Susa. Hanani, one of my brothers, came to visit me with some other men who had just arrived from Judah. I asked them about the Jews who had returned there from captivity and about how things were going in Jerusalem. They said to me, "Things are not going well for those who returned to the province of Judah. They are in great trouble and disgrace. The wall of Jerusalem has been torn down, and the gates have been destroyed by fire." Alright, pausing for a bit. But yeah, it does say these are the memoirs of Nehemiah, so this is almost like, almost a journal-ish thing. So that's why it's in first person. Actually, some of Ezra was in first person as well. That's also, I guess, kind of why Ezra and Nehemiah are named the way that they are, because they're named after the people who wrote them. Although I guess more so off of the people who have the first-person perspective at some point in these books. I don't know necessarily if both were written by Ezra and Nehemiah respectively, considering they were all one scroll document thing. Anyway, so the 20th year of King Artaxerxes would have been sort of partway through the events of the Book of Ezra. I think maybe a little bit after Ezra himself would have traveled to Jerusalem and, like, kind of helped get the people back towards following God's laws. In any case, so he is... Yeah, tell you what, let me look at this note here first. Okay. Hebrews says, in the month of Kislev of the 20th year, number of dates in the book of Nehemiah can be cross-checked with dates in surviving Persian records and related accurately to our modern calendar. This month of the ancient Hebrew lunar calendar occurred within the months of November and December of 446 BC. 20th year probably refers to the reign of King Artaxerxes. Compare that with chapter 2, verse 1 and chapter 5, verse 14. Okay. Yeah. There's going to be a fair bit, at least, you know, in the chronological continuation from this point forward in the Bible that will actually have associated dates, either directly in the text or in some sort of translator notes like this. Because, like, you know, there are other surviving, or at least more surviving documents from other sources that can be cross-referenced to line these things up more accurately. So anyway, Nehemiah is asking about how the returned exiles are doing, and these... I mean, it mentions Hanani specifically, but it says they said to me... Oh, with some other men who had just arrived from Judah. That's why. Okay, so Hanani and these other men with him answer Nehemiah basically like, yeah, it's not great. The wall and the gates are destroyed, and so, like, there's no real, you know, protection around the city and its people. Yeah. So, Seth here is commenting about the legitimacy of the Bible and the events therein. Like, I think most people who, you know, actually reason their way through the Bible and think about it from a scholarly perspective, even if they don't believe in God or Christianity or Judaism or any religion at all, they still can, you know, look at these cross-references from other sources and be like, okay, something like this happened at some point. But then most people's arguments get into, well, they might have embellished a bit, or, like, you know, some of the details don't quite align between the sources. So that's where they start getting to question some of the events of the Bible. I think, generally speaking, there's more reason to believe than not to, at least in, like, the general themes of what happened. Because, again, other supporting documents and just, you know, all this repetition over the course of time. Yeah, some details might not always get passed down super duper accurately, but I mean, especially back when it was more oral tradition and less writing. But, you know, usually the major themes still stick. Okay. So, anyway, Nehemiah hears this report from Hananiah and the people with him. Then we get to verse 4. When I heard this, I sat down and wept. In fact, for days I mourned, fasted, and prayed to the God of heaven. Then I said, O Lord God of heaven, the great and awesome God who keeps his covenant of unfailing love with those who love him and obey his commands, listen to my prayer. Look down and see me praying night and day for your people Israel. I confess that we have sinned against you. Yes, even my own family and I have sinned. We have sinned terribly by not obeying the commands, decrees, and regulations that you gave us through your servant Moses. Please remember what you told your servant Moses. If you are unfaithful to me, I will scatter you among the nations. But if you return to me and obey my commands and live by them, then even if you are exiled to the ends of the earth, I will bring you back to the place I have chosen for my name to be honored. The people you rescued by your great power and strong hand are your servants. O Lord, please hear my prayer. Listen to the prayers of those of us who delight in honoring you. Please grant me success today by making the king favorable to me. Put it into his heart to be kind to me. In those days I was the king's cupbearer. And that's where the chapter ends. So his prayer ended just before this line where he's saying that he was the king's cupbearer. So Nehemiah isn't just some totally random dude. He had a somewhat important position. I mean, the reason you had someone as a cupbearer, generally speaking, was because you trusted them to, test your food for poisons. Especially, your drinks. That's why they were the cupbearer. So, in this prayer of Nehemiah, he, says that, kind of like Ezra did before, he admits the guilt of the people, even his own guilt. But then he specifically goes back to when God had told Moses, hey, even if things get so bad that y'all are no longer living in this promised land, if you turn back to me, I will restore you. And that's especially relevant in Nehemiah's case, because they were just coming back from being exiled. So, literally the example or the situation that God had given Moses before, it was, prophetic to what God's people were experiencing in Nehemiah's time. So, note there in verse 9, Hebrew says, of the heavens. So wait, even if you are exiled to the ends of the heavens, that somehow seems like it must be even a greater extent than the ends of the earth. Man, sorry. My throat's a little wonky. I'm still kind of getting over a cold. Still, point being, even if they are scattered as far as possible, pretty much, if they turn back to him, then, quote from God, I will bring you back to the place I have chosen for my name to be honored. That's kind of what they're in the midst of doing in this moment. Because some of the people had returned, but I guess, not all of them Not all of them went with the first group. But yeah, I mean, shoot, like, yeah, I mean, Israel fell and was restored. Yeah, I mean, in a way, the kingdom / nation of Israel had fallen right before all of this stuff. But there's no time limit on these, promises and prophecies, even, you could say, from God. So, yeah, any other instances that have happened throughout history and that will happen throughout history regarding, Israel and God's people, the Jews, like, there's a promise that if they turn to him, they will be able to go back to the promised land. So essentially, Nehemiah here is asking God to hear the prayers of him and the other people who are, like, close, or like seeking after him, I guess. Seeking after God. And saying, all right, we're turning to you. So you promised that if we turn to you, we will, be brought back to the land and restored. So please do this thing you have promised. So I guess Nehemiah is just about to try and speak to the king, probably regarding going to Jerusalem to help his people. There is a note here. He says, today in the sight of this man. So I guess maybe that would say, please grant me success today in the sight of this man. Rather than this part. I mean, he hadn't specifically mentioned talking to the king at a previous point in this prayer, but it's reasonable enough to assume that that's who he was talking about. I mean, he was the king's cupbearer. He would see the king quite often, probably. So there would be plenty of instances for this man to be the king. Anyway, so yeah. Nehemiah hears things aren't exactly going stellar in Jerusalem. He wants to go, and he's like, all right, God, I'm going to ask the king if I could go. Please let him... please let your favor be with me as I ask him this. And there's Nehemiah chapter 1 for you. Okay. I haven't even been talking that long, but I feel like my throat's definitely getting a bit sore already, so I'm gonna have to try to tone it down a little bit, maybe, so I don't make things a lot worse. Yeah, it's because of the cold that I'm recovering from. Yeah, I picked that up this past weekend. Can't say for sure why. I'm sure the going from the cold outside to the warm car back and forth quite a bit could have contributed to it. But anyway, okay. One more chapter. Here we go. Alrighty. We're looking at Nehemiah chapter 2 now. The first chapter was essentially this guy Nehemiah, who is the king's cupbearer, hearing a report about the exiles who have returned to Jerusalem, and it's not a great report. These people are like, yeah, they really don't have much to protect them because the walls and the gates are destroyed. So then Nehemiah wants to go join them, and he prays to God, asking for favor as he asks the king if he could join. Or at least that's what the implication is based on what he prays for. It's not said 100% directly, but it's very much implied. Anyway, so, and of course that obviously all means this is part of the effort to, have the exiles from the conquered kingdoms of Israel and Judah, have them go back to Jerusalem and rebuild things after they had gotten permission from a couple of kings before the current one. Anyway. Okay. So, we'll hop into Nehemiah chapter 2 here now. Early the following spring, in the month of Nisan, during the 20th year of King Artaxerxes' reign, I was serving the king his wine. I had never before appeared sad in his presence. So the king asked me, "Why are you looking so sad? You don't look sick to me. You must be deeply troubled." Then I was terrified, but I replied, "Long live the king. How can I not be sad? For the city where my ancestors are buried is in ruins, and the gates have been destroyed by fire." The king asked, "Well, how can I help you?" With a prayer to the God of heaven, I replied, "If it please the king, and if you are pleased with me, your servant, send me to Judah to rebuild the city where my ancestors are buried." Alright, gonna pause there. We'll get to the king's reply in a little bit. So, Nehemiah is, he didn't even have to initiate the conversation that got things moving toward his request. He had prayed for, God's favor as he asks the king this thing. I'd say a bit of it was there already, just evident from the fact that the king initiated the conversation about it, essentially. He saw that Nehemiah was looking sad, which hadn't happened with Nehemiah before. So he's like, what's wrong, dude? You don't look so good. I don't think you're sick, so something must seriously be bothering you. So then Nehemiah talks about Jerusalem and the fact that it's in ruins and asks the king if he can go help rebuild it. And this happened in this time frame. So, Hebrew just says in the month of... It probably doesn't have the early in the following spring phrase in there, is my guess. Especially since the I in the note there is capitalized. But anyway, this month of the ancient Hebrew lunar calendar occurred within the months of April and May. I was reading April as I said appeared. That might be why I said that instead of occurred. So, the previous thing it had mentioned was December of 446 BC. So yeah, just a few months later, essentially, is when he actually ends up asking the king if he can go. So, we'll continue now with verse 6. The king, with the queen sitting beside him, asked, "How long will you be gone? When will you return?" After I told him how long I would be gone, the king agreed to my request. I also said to the king, "If it please the king, let me have letters addressed to the governors of the province west of the Euphrates River, instructing them to let me travel safely through their territories on my way to Judah. And please give me a letter addressed to Asaph, the manager of the king's forest, instructing him to give me timber. I will need it to make beams for the gates of the temple fortress, for the city walls, and for the house for myself." And the king granted these requests, because the gracious hand of God was on me. Okay, so king says, yeah, it's all good. Now, it doesn't directly say in here how long Nehemiah told the king he would be gone. It seems to me that it's implied that at least he's not going to that he's not going to permanently move there. That he's like just going there to help rebuild, and then he'll return. Whether or not that actually ends up happening, we'll have to see, but that seems to be the implication, at least. So, perhaps the knowledge of Nehemiah not permanently leaving eased the king's mind a bit on this matter, and made him more willing to grant Nehemiah's request. Hebrew here just says the province beyond the river instead of province west of the Euphrates River. We've had this note before in Ezra and such. Same thing. It's just saying west of the Euphrates River gives us a little more of a little better of a geographical picture. Because saying beyond the river could, without much context, be in either direction. But it's saying west, in that area that would have been the promised land, essentially. So, basically he's asking for safe passage and timber for building materials. And King says, yep, okay. I guess I could have read verse 9 and 10 before I stopped. Oh well. Verse 9. When I came to the governors of the province west of the Euphrates River, I delivered the king's letters to them. The king, I should add, had sent along army officers and horsemen to protect me. But when Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the Ammonite official heard of my arrival, they were very displeased that someone had come to help the people of Israel. These were the guys, I think, that had opposed the rebuild of the temple, maybe also of the city in general, back in Ezra. So, not surprised that these guys would be displeased. But Ammonite official at least in Tobiah's case. The Ammonites and Israelites didn't exactly get along before the exile. So, not exactly surprised that these guys don't like it. But, I mean, Nehemiah had permission from the guy who was king over all of them at this time. So I'm not sure there's much they could do about it. Says in verse 9, the king had sent army officers and horsemen. Could be charioteers instead of horsemen. Similar kind of thing, though. It's just horsemen implies simply that they might have been riding on the backs of the horses directly. Charioteers would be more like, all right, horses are pulling chariots that they're sitting in. Similar concept. It's just possibly slightly different way of sitting and traveling. All right. On to verse 11. So I arrived in Jerusalem. 3 days later, I slipped out during the night, taking only a few others with me. I had not told anyone about the plans God had put in my heart for Jerusalem. We took no pack animals with us except the donkey I was riding. After dark, I went out through the valley gate, past the jackal's well, and over to the dung gate to inspect the broken walls and burned gates. Then I went to the fountain gate and to the king's pool, but my donkey couldn't get through the rubble. So, though it was still dark, I went up the Kidron Valley instead, inspecting the wall before I turned back and entered again at the valley gate. The city officials did not know I had been out there or what I was doing, for I had not yet said anything to anyone about my plans. I had not yet spoken to the Jewish leaders, the priests, the nobles, the officials, or anyone else in the administration. But now I said to them, "You know very well what trouble we are in. Jerusalem lies in ruins, and its gates have been destroyed by fire. Let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem and end this disgrace." Then I told them about how the gracious hand of God had been on me, and about my conversation with the king. They replied at once, "Yes, let's rebuild the wall." So they began the good work. But when Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem the Arab heard of our plan, they scoffed contemptuously. "What are you doing? Are you rebelling against the king?" they replied. They asked. Whatever. I replied, "The God of heaven will help us succeed. We, his servants, will start rebuilding this wall. But you have no share, legal right, or historic claim in Jerusalem." You know, it doesn't outright say it, but I do wonder if this stuff actually took place before the exchange in Ezra, where these guys sent a letter to Artaxerxes saying, "Hey, we think these people are going to be trouble. Can you look through the historical records and see if there's any validity to that claim?" Which, you would think / hope Artaxerxes would have had some knowledge of that before giving Nehemiah the okay for this, but maybe he didn't. I don't know. In any case, I mean, eventually it says in there that he sees those records and is kind of like, yeah, they kind of were a problem before. But then also, like, later on, records are checked, and it's like, oh, wait, they had permission from King Darius. But, I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself in regards to Nehemiah. I guess the main reason I bring that up is just because I'm wondering if this exchange between these guys here and Nehemiah sort of prompted their letter to Artaxerxes that I mean, that was why he that exchange, possibly, definitely the letter that they sent, was why Artaxerxes checked the records and was kind of like, yeah, y'all are going to have to stop building stuff for now. But anyway, so Nehemiah pretty much checks the damage. He decides to check it at night, which seems a bit odd, but I guess maybe it was because he hadn't yet said what he was wanting to do and didn't want to check during the day to make it pretty obvious what he was planning to do. So he looks at the damage and then talks to the city officials of Jerusalem, who should be, fellow Jews, and basically tells them he wants to rebuild the wall and the gates, or walls and the gates, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. And then it's the other guys who weren't Jews that take issue with it. A couple of notes here to look at. When it's talking about the jackal's well in verse 13, could also be the serpent's well. Okay, I mean, that sounds a little bit different, but I mean, again, to us today, I don't know how much difference that makes. Unless these things still exist today and you could maybe go see them. But yeah, it maybe it's something where the Hebrew is a little bit unclear. Yeah, jackals, I think, were also historically viewed as kind of like deceptive animals. So even to the extent that Seth's talking about here about, serpent kind of being the devil, definitely being known as more of a cunning, deceptive creature, like serpents and jackals kind of shared that reputation of being deceptive. So I don't know why you would want to name a well after such creatures. But anyway, serpent is biblical. I mean, yes, at least specifically in Eden. There aren't really any other specific reported cases in the Bible of serpent equals devil. But in any case, to do down here in verse 15, Hebrew just says the valley rather than the Kidron Valley. I imagine this is the translators just trying to fill in a bit more detailed information, kind of like how sometimes the original text will just say the river, but it's pretty much always talking about the Euphrates River because that was the main one right there. So yeah, he checks near this gate, and the one well goes around some other gates. Like, I think all of this is pretty much just saying, like, yeah, he checked like the whole perimeter, all the walls and the gates and such, to assess the damage. And I mean, he has permission from Artaxerxes to get timber for the building. So it's clear that he's got the okay to do this. But now he's got the people of Jerusalem behind him and a few other people who aren't fellow Jews kind of disliking the idea. But I guess we'll get more details on what happened from there when we get to the next chapter. That's all we got for Nehemiah chapter 2. Okay. Yeah. Throat definitely feeling a bit sore. So didn't even the first chapter was literally only like 10 or 11 verses. So that helped things. Helped speed that along. Good question. Burpees or jumping jacks? Well, since we got the extra time, I guess I might as well go for the... Well, let's see here. Jumping jacks was... Oh, minimum 12. Alright. Attempting to do the rolled number of burpees will definitely take longer. I probably will end up doing more jumping jacks than what was rolled, but still. I guess I'll get the more tiresome thing out of the way sooner, too. Alrighty. Although, now we have discussed this, I don't need to do a push-up at the bottom of the burpees. They just said a plank in the thing. So maybe instead of doing a full-on push-up, I could do one of those things where I like go down to my elbows and then back up, but also planking isn't necessarily on elbows. It could just be straight arms. So it might just be, kick legs out to push-up position, go back, and then jump. Anyway. Also, I'm like, now I'm questioning not quite everything I thought I knew about burpees, but, some of the little mechanics here and there. I mean, it's only been like a couple of decades. Consisting of a squat thrust made from and ending in a standing position. Yeah, so I've always done it starting where, you go down to the floor and then you get back up, and that's one. It's just we had been adding push-ups in there, I guess, needlessly. Not that that's a bad thing to make it more rigorous, but anyway. Drop into a squat position, placing your hands on the ground. Take your... Yeah. In a straight line. Lower your body into a push-up. Optional. Return to plank position, but yeah. Pushing. And then jump up to your feet back. Yeah. So the push-up can be part of it. It is considered optional, though. Anyway. Well, now I'm like, we've been doing it that way. The only reason I would have to maybe not include that would be if it's a day when we also roll push-ups. Or at least that would be the primary reason. Okay, anyway. So I'm supposed to attempt to do 15 of these. But definitely sets of 3. We'll see how it goes. I think I only did like 9 or so last time. Alrighty. Here we go. And that jump was not very even. Whatever. Okay. 2. Yep. Well, that's 2 actually. 3. 4. Yeah. I keep counting on the push-ups. I should be counting on the jumps. Yeah. I also was not raising my hands before. Okay. Yeah. That's 6, right? Now because I'm breathing extra heavy, the stuff with my throat and the cold is getting aggravated more. Ugh. Okay, we'll see how many more I do. I am doubting it's going to be 9 more. Yeah. Although, if I keep talking in between them, maybe eventually I'll get there. 8. 9. 10. 11. Jeez. Honestly, I'm feeling it even more in my legs than my arms at this point. Although, kind of in both. But anyway, that's 12. Ugh. I needed some water with my throat there. Okay. That was 13. 14. Yeah. 15. With, some slight breaks in there. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah. Ugh. Dang. Yes. Appreciate the hydrate redemption there, Seth. Here we go. Also, I had to be careful about drinking the water there, so I didn't, accidentally choke on it or something. Alrighty. Only jumping jacks left, and that will be for another hour. I should be, I should have recovered my breath by that point. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I think I'll go ahead and run the next ad break on Twitch while I transition things. Yeah. So, up next we'll be hopping into some Hades. In case that wasn't clear somehow. Okay. Running ads. Twitch folks, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay. Doop-doo. Gotta make sure my controller cord isn't in the way of anything. And maybe get my microphone cord untangled from the stand. Speaking of the stand, there's got to be something going on with it. It's like making it tilt some way or another. Seems like all I do is rotate the legs and it changes the elevation of it. Of the, like, arm of the microphone here. Which it shouldn't really be doing. But anyway. Okay, whatever. Hopefully that's good enough. I'm gonna boot up Hades on my Xbox. Change the stream category on Twitch there. That's done. Okay. Then I'll get into this. Ditch my background music, I'm thinking. Although maybe I should have it playing just quieter. I don't know, we'll see. So are we working with the save slot I already had for all this randomizing stuff, or are we starting a new one? Use the save slot I have. Okay.
How's it going?
Been waiting over here.
Man. Well, if you say there's no need, I will trust that there's no real need for it. So, here I be. What we doing?
That I can see from here.
How many weapons? Technically I just have the sword and the bow unlocked so far. I could, in theory, have unlocked one or two of these other ones, but I think I wound up using those keys to unlock more of the upgrade things from the mirror here. Alright. Bow it is. Well, bow.
Can't open this yet.
Alright. Guess there's nothing else really to sort of randomize for now. Anything else you want me to know before I start this run here, Seth? Everything is randomized unless told otherwise. As far as, like, getting upgrades and stuff, I imagine.
One more time.
We wouldn't be randomizing the actual combat part. Right? That would...
Crashing waves. I tried it.
That seems like it'd be just a little too restrictive, in my opinion. Well, I mean, yes, the enemies are randomized, but we're not pulling a Slay the Spire where my actions in combat are randomized. Okay. Here we go. Poseidon.
My relatives and I, we've been holding back one of our greatest gifts to see if you were worthy. And you are. My aid is yours. So call me if you need anything. Especially to smash your enemies to
Yes. The reason I died in the last run was because it got to a choice between Poseidon's blessing and the other, I forget who else, but it was Poseidon's and maybe Athena's, and I chose the other blessing, and then Poseidon's like, how dare you, and sends enemies my way. Anyway. So. Oh.
What's this?
There's only the one thing here. This is not a choice. I assume that's what the 2 was for. That would have been the second option. Call makes you surge into foes while impervious. Oh. Oh, so this is just a totally new ability thing. Cool. Impact damage 350, max gauge bonus 7.2 seconds. Anyway. Okay, so I got that.
The wrath of Poseidon at my beck and call.
And there's what that looks like. Proceed.
All right, who's next?
Alright. I'm sure there will be some other enemies in here somewhere. Oh, that's it. Okay. Cool. Gain some of that stuff. Seemingly nothing else to pick up here, but we do have 2 room options. Table here doesn't seem to do anything. No, nothing else going on. Okay. So, I assume we're counting this as reading order relative to the character, not like... As in, we're going this way. To view on screen. What? Camera position never can be moved, so that's what this goes based on. Where's higher? So see, that's why I asked, because I mean, if we were going from character perspective, this would just be the first one on their left, and this would be on their right. But so This is where we're going then. Correct? Yeah. Well, it's not even directly above that we're seeing it. Ow. I thought I was going to hit that one that was charging. How did that miss? Okay, anyway. Upgrade. Okay, now we have 3 options. Okay, well, 4 out of 3 options would just bring us back to number 1, which is the explosive shot. Attack deals plus 300% damage in an area, but charges up slower. Okay. Prophecy rule as well? What do you mean? Okay. See photo. Give me a sec. I only see a tiny little section of the photo, it looks like. Anytime that symbol... Oh. Anytime that symbol shows up, it refers to prophecy. Okay. Gotcha, yeah. I see the scroll. Didn't know that was what you meant. Anyway, well, they're all prophecies. Yeah. So, in this case, your roll of a 4 still gives us the first option. So, explosive shot. Boom.
Feels lighter than before.
See, so now I would think reading order might send us that way instead of this. Saw the symbol and wanted to mention it. Yeah, I gotcha. 2. Okay. I assume that's 1 and that's 2. So this way. Okay. I can't hurt myself with the explosions, can I? I would hope not. Codex updated. Interesting. Alright. Gain 10 darkness, I think that is. Looks like nothing else to do in this room. Okay, that seems to be what was updated in the codex. Not gonna sit here and read all that, because I have limited time as it is already. Alrighty. Which way am I going? 2. This away. Man. Also, it seems like the range of the arrows is much longer.
What is that portal thing there on the ground?
What is the portal thing? Oh, jeez.
There.
Okay, room complete. So do I take the power up? Huh. Okay.
Good enough to eat.
Well, there's no choice here. Just,
Palm power.
increasing that.
Now what?
Okay, so we've got portal thingy and 2 other rooms. Oh, if you see chaos, you must take it. I assume that's the thing here. Descend. Okay, well, here we go, I guess.
So all I need to do is sacrifice some of my life essence to go in here. I don't see why not. Who or what is that?
Codex update. Chaos. Must be someplace even darker, even deeper than the lowest depths of Tartarus. For even Tartarus sprang forth from somewhere. Okay. Now what is this?
This is not someone I recognize. So, in the name of Hades, hello, may I ask who's calling?
That still doesn't make it obvious to me who that is.
Have we met?
Oh, that's chaos. Okay.
And it is my wish to make your doing so a little bit more interesting. And if you encounter the Olympians someday, to give them my regards.
Why must this game be so quiet? You get a challenge of debuff, which earns you a reward of some sort. Okay. Slippery Strike. For the next 3 encounters, you cannot collect that thing that you shoot out for 10 seconds. Afterward, your attack deals plus 34% damage. Excruciating Soul. For the next 3 encounters, you take plus 48% damage. Afterward, gain 32 life. Or Abyssal Lunge. For the next 4 encounters, you take plus 247% damage from traps. Afterward, your Dash Strike deals plus 56% damage. Oh, that's 32 max life. Gotcha. Alright, can I get the roll before you tell me about others? Yeah, I just kind of forgot that that stuff was there. It's still been a week, even. Even though it hasn't been that long necessarily. Alright. Number 3. So, extra damage from traps for 4 encounters, but then afterward the dash strike deals extra damage. Okay. No one... Or you don't know the choices.
I'll have to withstand the winds of chaos to extract the benefits a few chambers from now.
Know of one that makes you take damage for using your cast. Ugh. Most of these are Hades 2. May or may not be true in the first one. Okay. 2/3 chance of an elite. Yeah. Also, whoa. Kind of interesting visual effect. Oh, there's a thing here to examine.
The fathomless expanses hidden in darkest corners of the underworld stretch well past the notice of Lord Hades himself. And yet, the interfering prince somehow discovers passage there.
Wasn't all that hard to find, really.
Never more by accepting boons from chaos. Okay. So, we're doing this one. Great. Well, is it that one, or is it... Yeah, okay. Because reading order in this case would strike me as 1, 2, 3. Anyway. Confirmed from Seth, we're doing this one.
Tombstone. Just great.
Oh, jeez. There's multiple aspects of this I do not like the look of.
Not now.
Okay.
One less giant evil crystal.
That wasn't too bad overall. Were there even any traps there? Yeah. Might want to... Oh, that page about Athena? What about it? Some things I'm certain. One of them is this, that there were many times during my mortal life when my spear found its mark, thanks to Pallas Athena. Anyway, learn more by accepting boons from Athena twice. Yeah, you would think there should have been a page about the elite. Oh, maybe there is that. That seems to be the Doomstone. So desperate are some souls to escape the realm of the dead that they plunge into the mists of Erebus even before their sentencing. Having thus been lost, they are never officially registered or heard from again. No, that was not my first meeting with Athena. Maybe it was one where I got a little bit more info. I don't know. Definitely was my first Doomstone, though. Anywho.
It's such a cruelty that your father hid the knowledge of your birth and life from us, my cousin. It's unacceptable.
Okay, we have two fated choices here. And those are... The one we're not getting is Divine Strike, which means that attack is stronger and can deflect. The two that our fated choices are Divine Flourish, which makes the special stronger, and Divine Dash. So, Divine Dash then, yeah. That was kind of what I figured. Also, what is this?
Lost souls with nowhere left to turn congregate in deepest Tartarus, where they fuse together with the earth itself into odious forms which defy description.
They basically turn into big crystals.
G'day. Seems like there's only one way to go from here.
Stand aside.
Like, these guys spawning in the way they are, it just gives me plenty of time to charge up my shots. Also, I get the impression that I cannot take damage from my own explosions here.
What else?
Gotta be something else somewhere. There we go. Okay.
You should have listened.
Gain 10 more of those things. Oh yeah, these things were the traps, right? So I was just trying to make sure I didn't step on those. Huh. Seems to me this table is sort of blocking off what would otherwise be another option for where we could go. So, this way it is, I guess. Gotta say, the explosive shots do a lot of work here. Another key.
Back home.
Oh, I could do something. Yeah, I could shop here. If I'm so inclined. Although I suppose if I'm going to shop, my selection is probably going to be randomized. Tell you that, what? Alright, what rule? The well and shop of Charon has a rule. Okay, so Shop, you must take all except if you can't, which is random. Okay. Well, I definitely can't take all of these. But this is the well, so you're saying you don't care. I mean, I wouldn't mind some more of these. Thinking long term. Chimera Jerky. Special deals 40% damage for 6 encounters. Special is the Y attack, right? I haven't even been using the Y attack.
Coin goes in, that comes out.
Okay. Now what room options do we have next? Maybe just that one? Yeah, seems like it's just that one. Is there a portal? Yeah, I don't see any other portals or doors. So here we go. Oh, jeez. Probably should focus more on the enemies that are spawning directly next to me, or closest to me at least. Okay, so only the basic attack has explosive stuff. That makes sense to me. Boom.
My boon from chaos is transformed. Excellent.
Alright, so I guess we're done with the chaos challenge thing. Alright, looks like we got 2 room options. Yep. I will say, I don't think I've done one of these before. But that's not what we're doing.
More brimstones.
Oh, jeez. Now the enemies are all, like, coming my way. Of course. They were, like, not on the main air. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to, like, kind of dash over gaps and stuff with that or not. That was definitely a not. Okay. Oh, great. More tough battles ahead. Yay. So for our purposes, we're considering this the first one and this the second one. Right? Okay.
No chance.
That was elite.
On my authority.
I mean, there were quite a few of them, but come on. Seems to me there is only one option. So, away we go. Yeah, definitely can't afford all of that. Sure, we can talk.
Hey, good to see you out here, mate. Looks as though you've got some fine wares up for sale, don't you?
Next thing is the boss. Yeah. I mean, if it's the same one that I've had previously, then it's Meg. Okay. So, yes. Hades 2 has two different main routes. Gotcha. Alright. Well. Might as well start with 25 gold item. Fine.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
And which one of these are we gonna get here? 2. Okay. The red one is Ares. I'm just double checking because that's saying that's number 2 might sort of conflict with our whole reading order thing. But I'm fine either way. I'm not 100% sure if I've met Ares. I might have. In fact, yeah. Says it right there, Ares. So, yeah. Definitely have. Yeah, definitely met Hermes. Although I think I met him a little bit more recently. So since I've met both of them, that doesn't really have anything to do with which one we choose. Yeah, I know. I was just double checking that we are indeed going with the one from Ares. Since there was some debate about the reading order thing. See, because the way we were doing the reading order before would mean Hermes, not Ares. But it seems to me we're doing Ares. Nope, never mind. So that says Hermes then. Okay. Alright, making it official.
Here's the fee.
Why, hello, boss. Odd that we're running into one another here. Among the words of my professional associate, I mean. Must be some sort of clerical mistake.
Okay, no prophecy thing here. Six. That would be the same as a 3. Foes drop bloodstone stuck in them faster. Okay.
Who felt that?
I suppose just some incentive to use that a bit more. Alrighty.
Oh, hello.
Hold it, Zagreus. I sense something. Is that... Ah. You've been in contact with Chaos. So even they are now involved with this.
Just because Chaos is giving me the power to crush you doesn't mean they're getting involved with this, does it?
You don't know who or what you're dealing with. Ask Nyx about them for me sometime. Here, I'll give you a chance to ask her very soon.
Ow. Ooh, that was close. See, that AoE attack seems to be the one where she gets me the most.
Little brat.
Well, then also sometimes I'll get hit by the other enemies. Dashing around a lot certainly helps. I totally have not been using bloodstones. Oh, jeez. Oh, I can deflect those with my dash. Kind of forgot that was a thing. Or maybe for some reason kind of didn't think it applied to that attack of hers. There is a little bit of danger in intentionally doing that, though.
Start running for
Oh, I totally thought I got hit by her attack there.
He's seeing you around.
I did still have a death defiance, though.
Darkness.
But holy cow, am I low on health. Alrighty. Next room. Right. So. Little bit of healing for free. And then there's another shop. Or I could sell. Why would I sell? I think there are keepsakes in this game. I'm just not sure that you get them the same way, maybe. Do I really want... Referring to changing them every act. That's Hades too. Okay. Okay. Next room, I guess.
I'll just go on up. Asphodel.
Yeah. I've been here. I've made it this far a couple times.
It's nice and warm out here, I'll give it that.
Seems to be the only option. So away I go. I'm expecting enemies any moment now.
You want to die again?
Oh, geez, I forgot how much they keep attacking. Those particular ones. Okay.
Coming.
Money. Yeah. No chaos because I don't have the health. Yeah. Locked. Oh well. Trove trial. Should I do that? Yeah, because otherwise there's another 2 places I could go. Okay. Trove trial.
Whatever, let's try it.
You truly are an idiot, aren't you?
Come on, let's fight.
Does it actually matter how quickly I slay them? I guess the reward I get might be affected by how quickly I slay them.
I shall deal with you later then.
Yeah.
Finally. Nice. Mine.
Here's okay. I mean, okay, whatever. Which one of these am I doing? Because the randomizer is also known as a chat choice run, where the objective is not necessarily sided with you winning. Yeah, obviously. So I would take that to mean this option. I don't think there were any others, because I can't do the portal.
Get me out of here.
I really don't like these guys. Although being able to deflect stuff with my dash helps a lot. Oof. See, and there's that little surprise bit. Sometimes after they die. That's part of the reason I don't like them. Oh, come on. I like barely tipped my baby toe in there. All right. Oh, more from Hermes.
You should make your battles to the death end that much quicker.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I only have one Death Defiance. Because the second. I think buying a second one costs like 500 darkness or something. No prophecies, so. Greater haste it is. I move faster.
Speed, all right.
Okay. For room options, we've got. Is that a Poseidon, maybe? Or I don't know. Or this one. Poseidon or Centaur Heart. Okay. Number 1 is Poseidon. No, of course not. Why would I get more max HP? And round 2. So, do the general stage hazards like that also count as traps? Like when it's got little pools of lava sticking up here in the middle of things? Anyway. Seth says yes. Okay. Poseidon! Again, nice to see ya.
I knew you'd handle that old crow, nephew. If she troubles you again, you just remind her who's in charge down there.
No prophecies here. So, we got Tempest Flourish. Special deals more damage and knocks foes away. Flood Shot, which is apparently what we'll be going with. Cast damages foes in an area and knocks them away. Wave Pounding would have been boons with knockaway effects deal bonus damage. Well, I don't think I had any with knockaway effects yet. Sorry. Okay, so Flood Shot it is. Another reason to use my cast more often. What are our progress options here? Oh, great. Well, it's an elite for either of those two. Oh, but there are 3 options. It would seem. Yes, 3 options. We have elite with Ares boost, elite with somebody else's who I forget right now, or shop. I don't see anything else toward that's where I came from. So no, I do not see any other options. Is a nice thing. What's the nice thing about this? When they made Hades 2, they chose the same boon symbols. Okay. Two. So these all seem kind of sort of lined up to me. I would be inclined to think this is number 2. Okay. Going with it. Oh, what are you? Oh, jeez. Just dropping stuff. Big stuff. Directly on me. Oh, jeez. Of course I got turned to stone. It's a Medusa-themed thing. What turned me to stone there, though? I'm not entirely sure what is doing the turning to stone sometimes. Okay, now I just gotta handle the thing that keeps dropping out of the sky. Which, so far, doesn't seem to be too much trouble. That was close, though. Jeez.
Gigantic Gorgon head.
Why would that bring up... Why would that bring me to the Wretched Thug page? I don't know. That one... Okay, so that was the Skull Crusher and Mega Gorgon. Fire launchers are the traps of that elite. Okay. Now, what is this?
There's only one heavenly archer I know of. Well, several, really. Anyway, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
I heard about you. Look,
Artemis.
I'm not like all the others on Olympus. The power of the hunt helps keep me company, so maybe it'll help you too.
And no prophecies that I see. We got Deadly Flourish, makes the special stronger. The chance for critical. Pressure points, any damage you deal has a chance to be critical. Exit wounds. Foes take damage when your bloodstone stuck in them is dislodged. Okay, nice. Number 2. Any damage has a chance to be critical. Okay.
The power of the hunt sounds like good company to keep.
And we now have an entry for Artemis. Only one progress option. I am probably gonna die soon.
Long way from home.
Like, there should be enemies somewhere. I'm a little concerned that I'm not seeing them yet. Oh, I was just about to dodge, but I reacted just a little too slow. Well, there's that.
Back again.
I did say I thought I would die soon. Alrighty. Hey.
Looks like you really took the heat from one of those bloodless burn flingers back there, didn't you? I know how tempting it can be to try and catch those fiery explosive bombs they throw, but if I might offer you a bit of personal advice, you really shouldn't do that.
I wasn't trying to do that, Hypnos.
Noted.
It just kind of happened. Ads are going to be starting here pretty soon.
Achilles, is it really true that Cerberus ripped the lounge up right after I left? He must have gotten in a lot of trouble.
I only wish you could have seen it, lad. The place looked like a vineyard after a typhoon. Your lord father was livid, but he never gets so angry with the dog. Poor Dusa, though, she's picking the place up.
Oh no. I wonder what became of Dusa. She's always worried father's going to fire her, even without something like this.
May have enough keys for a new weapon. I should, yeah. At least so I would think. I thought I saw that one only costs 3 and the other costs 4.
I'll call my chambers a mess. Look at your desk, Father. Whatever happened to your court musician, huh? Where's his sentencing parchment work? Stuck in Tartarus all because he stopped singing for you on command?
My desk is far more organized than you, boy. And if you're so concerned about our court musician, why don't you commute his sentence yourself? Seeing as I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Sure, happy to oblige. I'll just ask the house contractor since you're too busy. Contractor, mind locating the court musician's sentence when you get the chance?
Oh, hey, there's a prophecy foretold. Okay. Since the ads are rolling, I will step aside from the game for a moment. Because once those Twitch ads are done, I will do the jumping jacks that have been rolled. Oh, man. Throat is definitely not liking me so much at the moment, so I'm glad I'm not talking too much now. Let's finish the run closures. Fine. Like, I figured I could get back to that after the exercise, but the order doesn't really matter so much to me.
There we go.
Keepsake collection, regional. Underworld renovation. Switch keepsakes between underworld regions. That's all I have enough to do, it seems. Court musician sentence. Sealed document. Free Orpheus from solitary confinement. Okay. I guess we'll do the keepsake collection.
Here you go. I'll be on the lookout for this when I'm in the area.
I give the orders around here.
The scrying pool seemed like it maybe would be something helpful. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, hello. Also, there's something here that I haven't...
A commemorative board.
Oh, this is the... I don't think the lounge was open before.
Celebrating and proclaiming the accomplishments of those who serve Lord Hades best of all.
Won't ever see my face up on that wall, I guess.
Is there anybody I could talk to here in the lounge? Oh, Dusa. Okay.
Want to talk to me? Me? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I just wanted to say, don't bother picking up my room today. I'm headed out for a while.
I have to clean the rafters.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Dusa. So she takes care of the cleaning, it seems. I suppose she's pretty much a disembodied head just because of the mythology and whatnot.
Greetings, Chef.
Okay, Chef is there, but I cannot talk to the chef. Alright.
We each have our commitments to this house, Megara, there is no shame in yours. And whilst your sisters are away, you bear their burden of responsibility as well.
I understand. It's just... Am I supposed to keep pretending nothing's changed? This house is cracking at the seams, and no one's going to admit it?
The house shall stand eternally. Although in what condition, it is ours to decide. Our obligation is to keep the house in order.
I know. You're right, of course you're right. I'll do my best. I'll do my best for both our sakes, Nix.
What was that about?
I can't say I know offhand who Dora is. Go to the lounge. Why go to the lounge now? I was just in the lounge. Oh, I can trade things.
Greetings, broker.
Limited time offer. Rich broker is okay. So I could trade 25 darkness for 3 of the keys. But yeah, okay.
A prophecy's appeared.
Reluctant musician. Son of the god of the dead shall someday commute a master musician sentenced to a solitary confinement in Tartarus. Work with the house contractor to release Orpheus. Okay. Yeah, nothing else I could do in here. I could purchase more of this stuff. See here. Raise my supply of the bloodstones or whatever they're called. But you're thinking I should wait until I get 500 darkness so I can get another Death Defiance. Which... I can't say I take too much issue with that argument. Talk.
Hey, Skelly, you look like you know your way around Tartarus. Found some of this ancient Titan blood out there, and I was looking to score some more.
Ah, you come to the right place regarding that there, pal. It's your mean weapons back there that can find this stuff. Once you get all the way through Tartarus with one, that's all the blood you're gonna get. For the time being, anyhow.
How am I supposed to keep track of which weapons I've earned these with, then?
I don't know. There's always the invention of writing stuff down. You'll figure something out.
The invention of writing stuff down. Yeah. So, we could unlock either this kind of spear-looking thing or the... I'm not quite sure what that is. Is that a shield? Okay. Spear is easier. Well, that would probably explain why it costs a bit more. We'll learn to like or hate the shield. Okay. Well, are we randomizing this? Okay, well. You say spear. I guess I'll do the spear. I don't really have a major issue with either.
The eternal spear. Join my pursuit.
Prophecy foretold. X to strike, no surprise there. Hold, then release to spin attack. Press Y to skewer. Recall. Oh. Okay. You can throw it like that. Interesting.
That's the spirit. That'll do it.
Okay. So, if I understood that conversation between Zagreus and Skelly there, if I complete Tartarus with a different weapon, I'll get another bit of Titan blood. Yes, prophecy.
The fates abetting prince perhaps believe.
Oh no, not this determinism thing again.
The Eternal Spear. Yeah. Someday acquire each of the Daedalus enchantments. I've gotten 3 for the bow on the list, and that's it. Yes, I have tried to sleep. Emphasis on tried.
It's never bedtime here.
Why do you even have a bed if you never rest? Alrighty.
Oh, please.
So. Yeah. Right, there is exercise to do. Also, when do I actually start getting stuff in here?
Here yet.
Give someone that to earn the... Oh. Is that how most of them are going to operate? Yeah. That would be why I haven't gotten any, because I haven't even obtained any of that stuff to give to anyone. The nectar of the gods. Anyway. Okay. Now. Definitely need to get this exercise stuff out of the way. Jumping jacks. At least 12. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know what? 15, 16. I'll do 20. 18, 19, 20. Okay. $12 just didn't seem like enough to me. I don't know why. Well, with the amount of time that we would typically keep going, I might not get through another full run in Hades. Yes, I could go a tad over, but considering, oh yeah, would this be the appropriate time to announce what I was gonna? Because, yeah, if anything, I'm trying to cut down on time that I'm streaming. And not necessarily, like, keep adding extra. Alright. I do feel like switching over to Gems of War, though, just to get some of that in. I apparently forgot to quit this when I last played, so it just popped right back up. Discord. Okay. Not respond to the call until you... Oh, well, okay. You said Discord in category. Yeah, I was starting to do that, and then you said about the... Okay, so, hold on. I want to be facing a bit more directly when I... And I don't want the game's music to mess with that either. Okay. All right. So, it's a new year, and I have... It's somewhat of a New Year's resolution, more like just a little bit of a goal for myself of... some of it, I guess, is wanting to sort of take better care of myself in a way. Even if that's just like doing some of the adulting stuff that I really should do a bit more consistently. So like with all the other stuff that I've been doing between work and church groups and streaming and stuff like that, I've unintentionally been leaving myself very little time to like set appointments for things and regularly clean stuff around my apartment. I mean, I still do sometimes, but like not as often as I probably should. I also don't really have a regular time to exercise unless you count what I'm doing in the streams, but that's inconsistent because it's literally randomized. So, like, all in all, the big thing that I'm changing that's going to affect channel and my overall output on the channel is I'm cutting back stream time a little bit. Really just a bunch of the extra time that I've had set aside for hanging out, chatting and stuff while I play some random game. Well, not always totally random, but while I play some game or another. So the main thing is I'm probably going to just cut back starting off. We'll see how it goes and if I feel the need to cut back any more or make any other changes. But the idea is that I will definitely keep the usual planned recording things. Other video output is not changing, hopefully. But as far as the live streams go, I'm basically cutting back an hour to start with on the just like free time, I'll call it. So, Thursdays are still going to be 1 hour of Bible study, but then it'll just be 1 hour after this week of, you know, other gaming stuff after the Bible study. Fridays will pretty much only be recorded stuff. So that's 1 hour off of each of my usual live streams. I may even cut it back more than that if I feel like that's necessary, but I don't want to go overboard with cutting back and then like feel like I'm shortchanging my live streams more than I need to. I've been like kind of just barely getting by with my normal schedule as it is. So cutting back like this will hopefully also maybe give me some time to catch up and maybe even get a little bit ahead on things that I need to record, edit, and work on to get a little more of a backlog going. That way, if I take some trips and things like that and I don't have time to record, I won't be like, you know, up the creek without a paddle, so to speak. So, that's the general gist of what's going on. So, Thursdays, instead of roughly 6 to 9 p.m., it'll be more like 6 to 8. Fridays, rather than being whenever I start that, I usually start at sometime roughly around 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30. Those, instead of being 3 hours and going until about 4:30 or so, that'll end at like 3:30 then instead. So that's the basic gist of what's changing. And again, if I make a judgment call in the future and decide anything needs to change further, I will, of course, let you know. But, yeah. Hopefully, I'm not going to need to do much more than that. And if I eventually, like, get an apartment that's closer to my work or do something else that frees up more time in my schedule, then I can also adjust the opposite way and add more streaming time back. But for now, in an effort to give myself more time to edit stuff, make a backlog, and also do more of your stereotypical adulting things, possibly even also maybe after a while and things actually get caught up and a little bit ahead, I'm thinking I might also want to get a gym membership or something to, again, take a little bit better care of myself. So, yeah. That's kind of the main goal. And the reason why I'm cutting back on this at all is to just overall take better care of myself, give myself a little more time on my schedule to do some things that I kind of should be doing that I haven't done super consistently so far. And some of that, honestly, could wind up better for the channel as well, because I might then have more time to, A, be a little bit better potentially with certain edits, B, also make some videos that, or make more videos that aren't part of just the regular weekly schedule. And then, you know, also I'm just gonna be more timely with the regular stuff as it is and not run myself into any issues if something unexpected comes up or I find myself away for like an entire week or something like that. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, there's my big update for the start of 2026. I'll keep y'all updated if anything else changes. But until the next time I see y'all, those of you who are watching this as a separate announcement, not live, whenever I see y'all, till then, stay cool, people. Okay, anywho, that was my announcement thing. Live stream peeps, feel free to let me know if you have any thoughts or questions about that. Anywho, okay. So there was my announcement thing, and doggone it, I pressed the volume button on my TV remote, and it changed my one light here. Why is it? Ugh. Why is it not wanting to change to the color that I'm trying to pick? That is so weird. No, I don't need all those changing colors there. The heck is going on? It's like it's permanently stuck on a transition thing. This light that I have right here. I keep trying to change the color of it to what it was before. Anyway, greetings, Seth.
Hey.
Okay, well,
That done.
we can... I mean, I don't really have to worry so much about my light here being stupid. Suppose if nothing else, I could just eventually unplug it and plug it back in. Yeah. Literally every time I try to change the color of it, it does this weird little, like, fading thing instead.
Well, say for Hades, you did well with what you got. How far you got?
Anyway, if there was nothing... If there was nothing in... Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll stop for a sec. What are you trying to say, Seth?
For Hades, I'll say you did better than I. You did well for that.
Thanks. The dash does a lot of heavy lifting there, actually. So... Unless you had anything specific in mind for me to do in Gems of War, I figured we'd go with the usual Underspire.
By the way, we're glitching. Now we're decided to be glitching.
Yeah, which is, like, it only recently started having trouble with pretty much anything besides Slay the Spire. Alright, let me change scenes real quick and see if that helps anything. Not really. Oh well. We're under an hour for the rest of the stream as it is. And it's not so bad that I think it's unbearable.
No.
So, we gonna randomize a team for this thing?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine rows of 4, so that would be 36 total options.
Oh, okay. Only 36. Okay. $11, $15, $11. Oop, didn't have that roll.
$11 and $15, okay.
I had 2 11s, so I had to reroll one.
8.
15, 27.
So this would be number 11. 12. This is 15. So 16, 20, 24, 27. And then weapon.
And 28. You are allowed to switch number 28 out for any of the 3 you have.
Oh.
As well. Sure.
I don't really like troop number 28. Its spell doesn't really do much. Even that's... Yeah, no, I think I'll keep those troops.
Okay.
Now for the weapon, there's only 12 options.
6.
Number 6 would be this thing, which overall is pretty good. The only issue is that it kind of doubles up on the mana from this other troop here, but I'd rather keep that troop than swap it out for the other one. And I guess I can... hang on. I guess I can arrange these guys how I see fit.
Yep.
So I think I'll go with that arrangement. Banners. How many banners are there? 85? Jeez.
Is that how many banners we're allowed to have in this one? Then?
Yeah, I guess that... I mean, that seems about right. 85. Sorry, did I hear a 6 there?
12.
Okay, 12. That, could be better, but I guess it could be worse, too. Eh.
It's like you want the green and the it's like now you want the green and the green brown.
Yeah. I think I'd still rather have this troop, though. Because the only thing that the other one does is maybe some poison and making a gargoyle gem, which I can't even... Well, I guess with the weapon exploding stuff could be helpful, but anyway. Really doesn't say how many classes here? Jeez. Well, that would probably fit with the overall number of kingdoms. I want to say it's 36, but let me double check. 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correction, 38. Okay, now my light on the table here just keeps changing colors and like slowly fading in and out of those.
17.
Sorry, what?
17.
17?
17.
It's the part before teen that I'm having trouble hearing. Okay, 17, yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Mechanist doesn't really do much for this setup, but oh well. There's our team. To start with, anyway. Alright.
Huh?
I'm like, any restrictions on what I do here?
You heard it. This round, follow the enemy order, not yours.
Okay, enemy order. I mean,
Tolson still order.
yeah, like I technically could do yellow like every turn, but
you can't. Oh, you can. Wow, you can.
yeah,
Surprisingly.
they literally all use yellow. But I wouldn't necessarily want to do that because I would pretty much only use this guy whose spell doesn't even do any damage.
Mana surge.
Okay, so that was my first turn. Don't really want red, so I guess more yellow.
Mana surge.
Every 6 turns you may choose instead. Every 6th turn,
yeah.
the enemy order.
Well, I've only had 2 so far.
There's a yellow set. There's a yellow set, by the way.
Yeah. And considering I don't... Well, there's no green available, so... There's that, I guess. And now, really, I could do any color.
Correct.
Because the last one is all colors.
Other than purple, I think, right? I don't see purple on the mana.
No, it's all there.
Oh, I guess it is.
But I'm gonna do this.
Mana surge.
You can do whatever on this turn.
Okay. Let's explode some stuff. Okay, now their order has changed.
Correct. You must change your order too.
Of course, I'm probably going to keep exploding gems quite a lot. Okay, so now their first one is gone.
Correct. But they still have the first one.
That just eliminates attack. No big deal.
Mana surge.
It is the 6th turn. Ignore the enemy order.
What?
On every 6th turn, ignore the enemy order.
Right. I mean, I'm still mostly prioritizing spells as it is. Whenever I can, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do.
Okay, next.
Should I assume I'm just gonna keep this team throughout then?
For now you are.
Also, our glitchiness problem seems to have fixed itself. Alrighty. Any...
The keyword binary. Choose 2 color. Is the only choice you can use.
I missed like half of that.
Your keyword is binary. Choose 2 colors. Those are the only ones you will use.
2 colors, eh? Well, purple and brown are the most useful to my team. So if I choose those 2, but then can't make any moves that use those colors, then what? Well, right now I've got a skull match, and skulls are not a color, so I don't think those apply.
What 2 colors? Purple and brown, correct?
Yeah.
and your team uses purple, yellow, what?
My team uses purple, brown, yellow, and blue.
Okay.
Any use of a wrong color, you must use green or red.
If you use the wrong color, your next turn you must use green or red instead.
Okay, well, since I can't do either of those colors,
if you can't use purple or brown to make any move, you can use skulls and spells for free. If you can't use purple or brown, do anything, that'll be wrong, and then we'll do the next thing.
yeah. So now this turn,
You must make a mistake.
Yeah.
Then use cut green or red. Then go back to. Mistakes are-
what if I can't do green or red on the turn when that would be forced upon me?
You must make a mistake.
So then I just add another turn of doing that?
Correct. Until you can.
Okay.
Use the wrong color. Use something you're not supposed to be using. You really use green or red.
Yeah. Okay, so that's twice now. Spells don't count, though.
Spells and skulls do not count.
Spells and skulls do not count. Okay.
Oh, they are counted as correct.
Still have 2 turns where I gotta match green or red.
Spells that do not care. Spells are always correct.
Okay. There's a green. I think I was still on 2 of those kind of moves. The only reason I hesitate with that is because I'm not totally sure if I, like, did the skull match in there or not. But anyway, that battle's done now.
I'm ready.
Oh yeah, the Underspire has been altered
Updated.
a bit once again.
Okay. What's the update?
These kind of rooms that have like these trap enemies. They usually drop some kind of reward, but the trap enemies themselves is like...
Your T word.
Yeah. Anyway.
Use $1. You must use more than that of any other color. Or your next battle will be T word random.
Okay. Sorry, what was the color I must use? Or... choose one color. Okay. If that color is not used the most. Oh.
Choose wisely. Keyword is primary. Choose one color. But that color is not used the most.
Yeah.
The next battle is...
Well, I know I definitely would try to use purple the most.
It's based on matches made, so... by the way, matches do include skulls, and skulls are always incorrect.
Skulls are always incorrect.
Yes. They're always not primary. Incorrect spells do not do.
Okay, well, I'm choosing purple.
Okay, purple the most. So every time you use a color, and if you use purple the most, you don't have to do random.
Okay, so that's 1 for purple. 2 for purple.
And by the way, if it's the chain mashes do not count.
Gotcha. Okay.
So two purple, what else?
Three purple.
Oh, that's good.
And I will likely be using a lot of spells, especially this one from my hero. Or my weapon.
I just want to know how many purple, how many not purple. That's what we're doing. How many purple, how many not purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the majority purple.
And another reason for me to choose purple is that using this troop's spell changes some blue gems to... It says bleed gems, but those are also purple.
Nice.
And done.
Okay, so that's complete. By the way...
Treasure.
You have one change. One prioritized change.
Okay.
You have earned a team change, by the way, as of last battle, as of the end of 2 battles ago. So.
Yeah.
And let's choose. You choose a unit, a weapon, or a banner. Or unit, weapon, or banner.
Unit, weapon, or banner. Just anything of my choice?
Of those 3, any unit. You choose a unit to delete, a weapon to delete, or banner to delete.
To delete. Gotcha.
Deleting one to change it, and then randomly get changed to something else.
Sorry. Oh, man. Well, I'm fine with the weapon. Really don't want to change that. Let's try a different banner.
37 banners, then. $28.
28.
You should not tell.
Forget.
Skip the right banner.
I forget which one we were on, so I'm gonna have to go from the start and count there. So it was 20. What?
28.
28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not that one. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
You get better? You get better?
Well, the minus is red, which my team doesn't use.
Good.
And
so blue.
It's a plus to purple and a double plus to blue. So that's, I'd say, better.
Better. Alrighty, that is all you get. So let's go ahead and roll into combat.
Okay, out of sheer curiosity, it's like I literally am gonna need to keep pressing different buttons on my remote until I can get on my TV remote until I can get my freaking light to do what I'm trying to do. Oh well, whatever. Keyword is double. Choose a color. You must use that color twice as much as a random color. I mean, if you're gonna keep asking me for a color to choose, I'm gonna keep choosing purple.
There's a twist to this one. Do you read the twist? You must use the color twice as much. If you use something 0 times, that doesn't count as twice as much. You have to use the color I give you as well, at least once.
Okay.
You said, what do you say, purple? Okay, so purple versus brown.
Brown. Okay.
It's twice as much as brown.
All right. Starting off with one purple.
Purple 1. Must be twice as much.
Yeah. So I have to get. I have to do at least one brown for it to count.
Correct. At least one brown and minimum twice as much purple.
Okay. I'll do a brown match now.
One brown one. And of course, skulls are brown. By the way, you did use a skull in there.
And because of spells, it only wound up being one of each.
Nope, 2 of each. You used the skull once.
I didn't intentionally do a skull move, though.
Oh, you didn't? You did not do that skull move? Then?
But still, it was one of each, which is not... Purple was not double the amount, so...
So not double. 2, by the way, on this. 2 on the map. And no on the... And no king change.
Okay. 2 on the map leads me down here. I'm just... What even is this? Oh. That's not even a battle. That's just a...
Course collection.
Huh. Okay. Well, the number was 2. I'm headed down here.
Yeah. Is it a chest up top there as well?
What?
Might be. I thought there was another chest up top as well, but...
That's probably after a battle.
Treasure room. Okay. Nice. So yeah, and the other one is a mirror maze. Okay. So, either way, it's a 2. Which is not the same as we had before. It's not the bottom one anymore.
Yeah, so we're going with this 2 now, or the old 2?
2.
The current 2 or the old 2?
But I don't see the old 2 anymore. First, we looking at the map currently.
So, okay, I'll do the mirror maze then.
Your keyword is random, earned from last battle.
So let me guess, it's a random color every time.
It's a color that does not appear on your selection for this turn. Yes.
So wait, I'm supposed to...
A color that does not appear on your selection for this turn.
I pick a color that does not...
appear on your selection of colors. It is not useful.
Green?
Use that color this turn.
Just this turn?
For this turn, yeah.
Okay, well, there's green. Each turn a D5 is rolled. On a 1 through 4, it corresponds to a team member. On a 5, a non-useful color is chosen. Ah, okay.
A 2.
2. Okay, so I've got purple and brown as options.
You will use a lot of purple, at least. At least you can use a lot of purple if you want to.
Yeah.
Because the team is all purple, so...
But
do purple every time.
I don't currently see a legitimate purple move. I'm going to do brown here.
2.
Another 2. Okay. Purple it is, I guess. And I gather I could still use spells whenever.
Yeah, spells are not count. Are spells do not care. Spells are always correct.
Okay.
5. You probably that is not on your list, or stalls, or spells.
I'm gonna do skulls.
Spells are always direct. You're free to use them.
And you know what? More skulls. And a spell.
And a 2, by the way. So
Yeah,
enemy.
spell.
So you're 2.
So whenever I do another move, that'll
You
be
have
the
to use
stipulation.
Per program, or stalls, or spells. Do not do one of these.
Okay. Battle done.
Nicely done. So let's see. At 1, 2. We can't do the third one because that's a blocked door right now.
Correct.
Let me do 2d6 here. Okay, so hit. Yeah.
Good grief. Next ad break's about to hit already.
Yeah, it's
In like
fine.
3 minutes.
Yeah. 6 now. Option 6, no team change. You gain random plus. Same thing applies, but you get pluses.
Same thing, but it may become enemy team based. Okay.
Enemy team 3.
Enemy team 3. So that would be blue or purple. I'll take this purple move up here.
Or stalls. Or stalls.
Yeah.
Or stalls.
Probably gonna do skulls for my next move.
Enemy team 3.
That's still blue or purple.
Mana surge.
Okay, so I did a blue move there.
By the way, it wasn't too. Yeah, it was still blue or purple, so it went in. But, enemy team 2.
Okay. So, for the current situation, that's still blue and purple.
Yeah. 2 blue and purples in a row.
Okay.
Mana surge.
I see skulls. And I use spells. Or at least
Enemy team 4.
that one.
If there is not a listed, take it as a nothing. So, other than blue and purple.
Well, there was blue.
Not on the roster. Oh, other than the roster, because there's no 4. Yeah. Other than blue and purple. Spells are always direct.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna be using some spells for a bit.
Might just win this. Yep. 3 now.
3 would bring me up here. And, sorry, no team change?
Correct.
Okay. And this is probably going to be the last battle then for the stream, because just the timing of things.
Unless you want to do another half hour, but got that. What color do you want to use?
Right. Well, I'll stick to my guns and choose purple again.
There's a random in there as well.
Purple versus green. Okay. So I gotta use purple twice as much as green.
And green must be used.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Skulls are green.
in that case,
I don't remember. Oh, ads.
yeah.
So,
Skulls are incorrect. Spells don't care. Right.
there's the ad break. So I don't see anything gonna.
Tell you what, while the ads are rolling, maybe I will try fiddling around with my TV remote to see if I can fix my freaking table light here. Okay, I've got it staying on red now. Maybe it'll actually cooperate.
Ads are over.
Is it...
Skulls are incorrect. We're not there.
This is so weird what's going on with this light. Anyway. Okay. One purple move. Two purple moves.
Okay.
Alright. And then I'll do my green move and see if I can get away with just doing spells the rest of the time. Somehow I doubt I'm going to be that lucky.
I doubt it.
Although with the weapon I have...
Remember, if you use purple, you're fine. You're still double.
Yeah, okay, I wasn't sure if it was exactly double or at least double. Anyway, okay, I had two purple, one green. And... okay.
6-2. 6-0.
Tell you what, I will go ahead and keep doing this either for another half hour or until we get past this first gate here, whichever comes first.
Yeah, because it'll probably happen very soon, so.
Alright.
Okay, this is going to be fun. This is going to make it fun for you. A little bit trickier. Here we go.
No team change?
Let me track. No, they want the team change. What color do you want?
I'm gonna say brown.
So brown versus green, but read the keyword.
Yeah, so...
binary double.
Yeah. What's the other part of the binary?
In red. So binary versus green. If you use green, you must use more green.
Okay, sorry, what was that about green?
Colors that are not red or they're not purple or not brown and green. I'm doing I'm writing it out.
Yeah, that Should help.
And all the pieces of it. There we go.
Okay. Colors that are not brown or green make you use green or red.
Binary. That's the binary part.
Okay.
Install girls considered green.
Spells are considered
binary
green.
double.
Spells don't care. Okay.
You gotta use double brown. Double as much brown as green. And if you don't use brown or green, you gotta use green or red.
Okay, so brown, more brown. That's 2 brown.
Got enough brown, now you need 1 green.
Yeah, and I'm debating on whether to do that now or just start spell slinging.
Yeah, remember you can't use if you don't use brown or green, you have to use more green or red. I'll start getting binary. And remember, a fail and a double counts as a random. Random.
Okay. Alright, so here's a green move. So we got 2 brown to 1 green so far.
Red, yep. Nothing else yet. It's the brown.
Yeah.
Bible browns. And skulls are green, so. Still should be more. So there's 3 brown now. There's some stalls.
Yeah. But I am not going to match them. I'm gonna do this spell thing. Okay.
You can use brown and open another stall match. Open a stall match if you want it later. Right, so
that's 4 brown to 1 green.
You need a stall. Stalls are green. If you want to use a stall match, you're free to.
Yeah, I can't right now.
You use a brown? Or you stuck on something else? Yep. So you may have to use brown.
So, I'm just making sure. I just have to make sure I use at least twice as many brown moves as green. I can do more than that, though.
That's correct.
Okay.
But every time
more brown.
You have to use green or red because it's for non-colors.
Okay.
So what was that? So brown, was that a brown or what was that?
I did a brown. I just did another one, so now I'm up to 6 brown moves.
Brown and 1 green. So you can use some stalls if you want to. You still have space for them. You have space for 2 stalls.
Okay. Got a couple of spells in there.
I think we got a problem here.
Yeah, I don't have any options right now that are brown, green, or skulls.
Uh-oh.
So I guess I'll do that yellow, which means now I gotta use green or red.
Or red. Red is allowed as well, but red won't help you, but it will take care of the binary. Red will make sure you don't get any more greens on your list.
Yeah.
Then we'll cause binary.
Okay.
But brown will. Okay, so that's that done. So brown will sit the green one.
And
there's a green if you want it. There's a skull match as well. You pull.
Yeah. All right. I'm going skulls this time. So I guess that counts as another green.
Yep, counts as the one you don't want it to be.
And then battle cleared with a spell.
Okay. Brown sit, green 2. So that's good.
Okay. Still got 2 room options.
5, yes.
Yes, being a team change.
Correct.
Okay.
How many yes?
Alright, I'm gonna ditch the last troop in my team.
Okay, for a random D35 group. Because the torch, we skipped the turret usage deleted. So 22. 22 skipping the one you deleted.
22, okay. 4, 8, 11 because the Sentinel's in there. So 11, 15, 19. This would be 23. Which one am I putting in?
22.
22? Oh, great. More purple and brown. Oh, well.
Which means you lose anything when you did that? You lost something.
I mean,
I
now
lost
I don't
yellow.
have now I don't have yellow on the team.
Yeah. So binary rule of little so yellow is now allowed by binary as a failsafe if you get it wrong. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Keyword is follow.
I'll just...
Alright, so what am I doing with this? Four, one, four.
Yours, enemy, etc.
So, sorry, starting with an enemy?
Yours, enemy, yours, enemy, yours, enemy, etc.
And with those number positions
Correct.
in each. Well, right off the bat, I can't follow that.
If you cannot follow it, then you make a mistake.
I mean, unless skulls are neutral.
So, I will say spells are throughout in list as well. Spells are throughout, spells do not go.
Okay. Skulls.
And because they're correct, you skip the number.
So now, enemy number 1?
Yep, which is green or red.
Okay. Well, there's red.
Plenty of red. Plenty of red and green. You can have to move for it. 4. So purple, brown.
And I can't do that.
Make the stall match.
Can't do that.
So make a mistake.
Okay.
Okay.
So... Still on the same thing? Good grief. 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2. So starting with my number 3?
Yep.
Okay. Blue matches that. Enemy number 4 would be yellow or brown. Sure, I'll take some brown.
And you want brown. So...
And Okay, battle is done.
Okay. Easy enough. Okay. 3, yeah.
Th-
3, yeah.
3. And yes, change. Alright. Sorry, buddy, but the one who just joined, I'm getting rid of.
Okay. How about we do a 26 then?
You said 6?
26.
26, okay. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, not counting that one, so 23, 4, 25. I already have one of this troop. Oh, actually, in fact, that's locked, so I can't use it. So I guess I just move on to the next one.
Yep.
Which is the one I tried to avoid using earlier. The alternative that you gave me when I was first building the team. Oh well.
Let's see how you do with this one then. Ready?
Now I have some green on my team.
Yeah, it's okay. So now we use yellow and red as the non-binary. Keyword is double blast. Choose color, choose wisely.
Which color am I choosing? I'm seeing quite a bit of brown, and that would help me out, so I'm choosing brown.
Okay, blue is the other one. So it'd be double as much as brown, double as much as blue, exactly.
Brown versus blue, okay. Great.
You have to have one of each, and brown has to be double as much as blue,
Yeah.
exactly.
And skulls count as blue.
Otherwise, put it around.
Okay.
Brown must be exactly double as much.
There's one brown. 2 brown. Skulls count as blue for this?
Yes, it does. And the double rule. Double rule.
Yep. So, okay. So we've got 2 brown, 1 blue.
Okay, that's perfect. Don't do any more.
I can't match either of those colors right now.
Perfect. You don't have to. Never said he had to. Not binary.
Okay.
It just said if you match brown or blue, it has to be double.
So, matching any other color is always a valid play that does not affect the score, air quote, between brown and blue.
Correct. Skulls
Okay.
That affects it. The skulls are the only thing that affects it, and they do care if it will be wrong. It will be counted as split. It will be counted to decide that you do not want to win.
Okay. Did spells the whole rest of the way, so.
Good. You ready for that? Okay, got 2 more, at least. Okay.
We got 4 room options now.
Ooh, dang. I did my D8. My D8 knife. 2, no.
2. And no change. Alrighty.
Watch out. Choose wisely.
Double minus. Oh.
Minus. It was double, but the rolls are reversed.
Great.
Choose a bad one. Choose one you don't want to use.
Yeah. All
But
right.
be careful if my color is.
Yeah. I am going to choose red.
Red. Understood. He says well. Mine was purple.
Okay.
Purple is red. The one on the left must be higher than the one on the right. Must be double the one on the right.
Yeah. At least.
Correct. Double plus.
Okay, there's a purple.
That's a 3 mark. I would see it.
Okay. Another purple.
You see the red in there.
Red. Okay.
Now there's as much purple. Purple 2 red 1. As much purple as possible. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, red is a 4. Red is a 4, by the way.
Yeah. But I don't want to use red.
Oh, that's the thing, right? That's great. So the red, by the way.
So I have 3 purple and 1 red now.
Correct. You're technically not double. You're not quite double yet. There's one more purple to use the red light. Red without a problem.
I literally just keep trying to spell sling my way through the rest of the battle once I get that ratio figured out. And okay.
Got it. Okay, here's the hard one. This is the hard one. This is just one of the hard ones. Okay, let me roll the dice first for you. How about we do 5 yes?
Okay, 5 will send me up here.
There are 4 options, weren't there?
Yeah.
Not that one. Like roll a d6. 4. Sorry, 4. And then yes.
Okay, 4 sends me down here then.
4 followed by a yes.
Okay, well, literally haven't even been using this one at the bottom here, so another troop swap at the bottom. So which troop am I putting in?
13.
13, okay. 4, 8, 12, 13. Ooh, I like number 13.
What's the colors of it? Ooh, okay, the yellow's in the board again. Yellow's on the board again.
Yep.
Ready?
Sure.
Go ahead and start the battle and you'll see the post. Okay, have fun.
Have fun? I do whatever?
No, what did the... Let me see, have fun is what did the...
Oh. I'm
double plus mark. He's a color.
Okay, so I want to choose the bad color.
You don't necessarily want to choose the bad color. We don't know what I have.
I'm gonna say green.
Wow, you're gonna be changing my color. I had green. Which is gonna be red versus green now.
Okay.
It's double.
Great. Neither of the helpful colors for me.
That's why I said that. You don't want to say choose the good one, the bad one, because no, I had green.
Yeah.
You hit red. So it's gonna be red versus green on a double mark.
What if I don't match either throughout the whole thing?
You have to match at least once of each. So if you don't match anything, It's a fail.
Okay.
It match at least one success. One to both, it has to be double.
Okay. Well, there's a red.
Mana surge.
Skulls would count as green?
Yes.
Hmm.
One more
Sure.
round.
Okay, so one
Need a
green.
red. Yeah. You got one green with the skull match. So now you need one more red.
Mana surge.
Ooh, purple. That's purple. That's a 5.
I need another red, and it's not giving me red. And...
Red, right? No.
Alright, there's a red.
Yay. Okay. Red 2, green 1 then. Which means you are considered victorious if you can win the battle without moving any more. Without moving anything, because if these are moves, you fail.
Anyway, this troop I just added in is really nice because A, its spell gives me an extra turn. B, that spell does damage based on a color I choose. Like literally 2 enemies of that color.
Yeah. Okay. Nicely done. It's now time for the challenge part. Now it's time for the actual challenge.
Alright, I still have 4 room options.
Okay, we'll be done in a second.
Uh...
7 no.
7. No change. Okay.
This is where 50 do correctly.
We are edging up on the end of that half hour we talked about.
I know. Here you go.
Double. Which?
I don't know which one it is. It's double, double plus minus, double plus, or double minus. I don't know which one it is. That's what I do know which one. You don't know which one it is.
But I still have to choose a color.
You
do. I choose blue.
Understood. Here you go. This will tell you which one it is, by the way. At least help you.
Yeah, so blue has to be double red.
Which means it's not which one.
I actually am okay with trying to get more blue.
It's not double minus because it's not a roles reverse. It's not double plus minus. It could still be double plus though.
Oh, so I got to do exact on this one.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know if you do exact or not. I do. I rolled the dice beforehand. I know which one you need.
Okay.
You have to
Well,
try
anyway,
to-
I have one blue match.
Okay. And also, by the way, you're considered red. So it's considered red on this.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's a red.
Okay.
And now comes the part where
blue.
maybe
Then
have to
you're
try and
talking
figure
about
out which one.
Yeah. Because the thing is, you never know it. You'll never know it's plus or not. That was always there.
Yeah.
One. And of course, because double rules, fail is equal to random. So blue one, red one, and need one more blue at least.
Oh, there's a blue.
Okay, so you have police fulfilled right now.
And I win.
Okay, so you win either way. It was double. It was normal double.
Oh, hey, look at that. The room that gives us the key for the gate.
We did it though.
Might as well just have that be what we end the stream with, I guess. 'Cause this is right around the timing when I said I'd end it.
8? No. 8 that one?
Oh, 8 would not be that one.
A little bit more. We know it's going to get eventually.
Well,
Make sure that can happen.
I think this next battle will be the end of it anyway.
Okay.
So 8, no change.
Yeah, tried. So if 8 is a finished path, then we know we're going to be up there in the end, which is good. We know what'll happen. It has to happen eventually. That's what we know. And no change. Double question mark.
Great. Purple.
Okay, here we go. Have fun.
Red. Okay, great. I need more red than purple.
Now, is it a minus? Is it a plus minus, or is it a normal minus?
Okay, well, there's a purple.
Okay.
And with the one troop that they have, I'm gonna be hard pressed to get red matches.
I don't see any troops they have that in red, so.
But this troop converts red to blue.
Uh-oh. This might be a problem, though. I was the one who did red, by the way. I rolled the red. Stole the red, stole the purple. Oh, fun.
Yeah.
You wanted to be the other way. Stole the red, stole the purple. Stole the purple this time.
Okay, well, I'm removing the troop of theirs that makes the red turn to blue.
Good. That helps.
Well, let's see what else I can make happen here. Still no red patches.
You almost had a red there. Dropped one. There you go.
There we go, red. But I need another one still.
It's equal right now. You need red one, purple one.
And there's another red.
Okay, 2 red, purple.
And now I make my effort to end this. Okay.
That having to do with outplay. Correct. It was. Are you ready for what it was? Double plus minus. Any more red? That would have been a fail. It was a double plus minus, so I had to swap it. It was a swap seat.
Yeah.
So there's your death. So I think now we're down to 6, right? We're down to 3 options now. I believe, right?
Yeah, but I really think I really think I'm gonna wrap up the stream now.
What if I give you a 3?
What?
What if I give you a 3? I just rolled a 3.
Okay, fine. I'll do this one and then we'll end it.
3 and now.
I'm even gonna use a lantern. Okay. Any stipulation? Binary double.
Nope, not double.
Binary double minus. Okay. So I gotta choose a color, and then something else is gonna be
More of it.
gonna need to be double.
Double, at least.
You know what? I'm gonna pick brown anyway.
Hey, just would you like to know why I said it was why I mentioned the red? That's why.
Okay.
Because red has 3.
So I need twice as many red as brown.
At the minimum, it's an elite. At least twice as much red as brown, but it's binary. So if you don't use red or brown, you have to use red or green.
Yeah.
Which is helpful. Which is actually helpful for you in this one, because you want red.
Okay. Well, starting with a brown match.
Okay.
And, well, I don't necessarily want to use another brown, so...
Probably.
Purple. Which doesn't affect that.
Not do anything. Silver brown, by the way.
But that makes me use red or green.
Correct. But you want to use red if you can.
Okay.
Because red helps.
There's one red.
We're going to your total, which is red.
Yeah. So.
Red one.
Yeah.
Equality, right? I want equal. Silver brown.
And there's another red match.
Okay, red 2, brown 1.
Alright, let's see if I can spell sling my way to victory here. And thank you, Grovanga. The answer is yes.
It's still victory. And you got your keystone as well.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, so did we do the battle right before the keystone? Right. Yeah, we did.
Yep.
So the keystone is up, and we did the battle before that, so at least it's open. So we know it's open. So there we go. Hey, that worked.
Okay. Well.
I doubt you were expecting that we were going to get a 3 at the end. Right there.
Alright, well, I suppose that is going to do it then for today.
And then Friday with...
So, yeah, tomorrow's going to be 2 hours of Borderlands 4.
Borderlands, correct. And 1 hour Gems of War, right?
1 hour of something else, for sure.
Okay.
Also, by the way, you know what? Actually, one last little thing before I wrap this up. I just want to point out, I have been leveling up in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, good.
I would like to show you how much before I totally wrap things up. I've got myself up to level 86 now.
Good.
So, what I've been doing is taking this file, continuing the main story with it to level up, pretty much just spamming the one battle gate over and over. And then, once I'm done with my leveling up for a bit, save that file, load it up again, but hit the continue DLC option, and then save it to this file.
Oh, so you have the... So you're at the same point, but not at the same point that you're using. So you read out to the same point. Okay, that's nice.
So basically, it's same playthrough, just leveled up further.
Without the chest and everything. With the chest and everything done.
Yes. Anyway, okay. That's all I wanted to show.
Thursday with Nehemiah.
Of course,
4 and 1.
the screen was kind of glitchy, so I don't know how much you actually were able to see that. I just realized. Oh well.
Wait, I thought 3 and 4 and 1.
Okay, so I guess maybe I'll see about a raid target for Twitch. Otherwise, that's gonna be all I got.
Also plan. Friday's Borderlands 4, random something. Thursday Nehemiah 3, 4 and 1.
Yeah, so Thursday is gonna be Nehemiah 3 to 4, and then an hour of something else, not entirely sure what. I will say, if tomorrow doesn't end up having a new mythic troop in Gems of War, just on the off chance, since it's so early in the month, I'll probably do more Gems of War.
Okay. If it has a new mythic troop, or doesn't?
If tomorrow does not have a new mythic troop, I will do more Gems of War next week.
Okay.
If that is not the case, I I don't know. It'll be some other thing. Could be Hades, Slay the Spire, Power Wash. I don't know.
Okay. And then back around the Friday at the end of the week will be DLC. DLC day.
Yes. So a week from tomorrow, we'll be continuing the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC limited cut episode boss fight stuff.
Which boss fights are next, do you suppose?
So, looking back a little bit at the videos of my first time through, I apparently defeated young Xehanort fairly easily, so I think I might go for that one next.
Okay.
After that, I'm not as sure.
I can always roll if we need to as well, or etc. So boss fight day, and then that's it. There's that.
Yep.
And then raid is ready. They haven't triggered that.
Yep.
Sarah done her message. That message yet. Wait.
I have a raid target in mind who is currently playing Slay the Spire.
Who is it?
He goes by Dio, or more accurately, Dio Neller or something like that. I never know if that's a lowercase L or a capital I, but he just goes by Dio for short.
I have All Night Silk Song, something. Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. I think it's been a while since I've even really been able to hit up Dio in a raid, so that was...
Yeah, Snowrun, Snato, and Sea of Thieves. And yes, I have not followed the one you're mentioning, so.
Yeah, I thanks for the suggestions. I'm still thinking I'll go ahead and raid Dio.
No matter me, because I'm falling to Moonu that way, so. It's a win-win.
Okay. Well.
Either way, for the rest of your day, have fun.
Yep. Have a good one, Seth. Okay. And starting the raid for Dio's channel. That just gives me a few seconds to give my official farewell. So, thanks for stopping by, watching. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully I'll see you soon for another one, either on a Thursday or a Friday or whatever. But yeah, whatever ends up happening. Till next time, hope you all have a good start to 2026. And stay cool, everybody.